When you're selling your house, never let a listing agent tell you that open houses don't make a difference when it comes to marketing your home. Now, I understand that percentage-wise, it's very unlikely that the buyer of your home is actually going to come to and through the open house, but the chances of that happening are not zero. And for that reason alone, I think they're worth doing. But I've got 3 additional reasons why you want to hold open houses as a seller, and I'm going to give them to you in this video. My name is Nick. I'm the lead agent on the Tartan team. The Tartan team is a group of elite real estate professionals without the egos that so often typify top performing real estate agents. And in this video, as I mentioned, I want to talk about why open houses are so important when you are selling your home. And reason number 1 is because open houses do create buzz and excitement over your home, especially when it first goes live. Now, it is true that most of the people who come to an open house are going to be nosy neighbors and folks that aren't really seriously shopping. They're just kind of interested in buying a home, or maybe they just don't have much better to do on a Saturday afternoon. But it's also the case that there will be 1 or 2 really serious parties that come through your house that are actually interested in it. And what I love is to invite all of the neighbors to come. They don't even have to feel nosy. I will go and door knock, inviting them to come to the open house. And the reason that I do this, or at least one reason why I do this, is because I know there will be even just a few serious buyers that come, and I want for them to come and feel like this is a really popular, hot, attractive home. In all likelihood, open house events are not these great social gatherings. People aren't generally talking with one another. So those potential buyers, they're not going to know that the house is packed with your neighbors. They're just going to assume that, wow, this is a really popular house. This thing is going to sell quick. And that's great because it creates a sense of urgency, and that urgency generally leads to offers coming in faster and those offers being more attractive for you as the seller. So for that reason alone, I like creating that buzz. I like creating a packed house sort of feeling, and I like what that does for the psychology of potential buyers who may come through the open house. Reason number 2 that I like open houses is because anybody who saves your home on Zillow or Redfin or a platform like that is going to get an automatic email anytime an open house is scheduled. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to come to the open house, but that to me doesn't really matter. What I like is that by scheduling an open house for my seller, anybody and everybody who has saved that home online gets an email notification, which brings it both to the top of their inbox and to the top of their mind. And that's what we want. We don't want for potential buyers to forget about your home. We want to remind them of what an awesome property it is as often and in as many ways as we can. And so by scheduling open houses, this is one of the ways to leverage those platforms like Zillow and Redfin to help create more attention and reminders about your house. Reason number 3 that I love open houses is because even if the buyer of your home doesn't come through an open house, you will have people, and those people are going to have opinions. And opinions, while they can be hard and sometimes unreasonable to hear, they do give us some valuable data points. People who come to open houses are going to comment on price and the things that they like and the things that they dislike. And that kind of feedback is incredibly valuable both for you and for your agent as they continue to market your home. And so I love being able to collect that. I make a point of anybody who comes through an open house, whether they love the home or not, I want to get information from them. Both contact information so I can follow up, but also I want to get information about the home. What did they think? I always ask for their feedback because I find that to be such a valuable point of conversation for my sellers and I as we continue to find ways to make their property as attractive as possible. So those are my top 3 favorite reasons why I still believe in doing open houses. is that it creates buzz and excitement. It creates a very natural way of bringing your listing to the top of mind for interested parties by leveraging notifications through Zillow and Redfin. And it gives us really valuable data points. Now, when it comes to opening weekend, I am going to door knock and I'm going to host back-to-back open houses on Saturday, Sunday, the opening weekend that we go live. And those are usually the times where there's the most activity. Beyond that opening weekend, I really like to have fellow agents, people that I know and respect in the local agent community, like to reach out to them and give them the opportunity to host open houses as well. There's a couple of reasons why I like to do this. One is because by having other agents host the open house, they will advertise the home to their community. They'll invite the people that they know that are within their network and sphere of influence to come and to see the house. And it's just a great way of reaching more people in a targeted way by leveraging the connections of other agents. And reason number two that I like having other agents host is because, again, the kind of feedback that we get. As the listing agent, I avoid dual agency pretty much at all costs. And so when a potential buyer comes into your house, if they are unrepresented, it's an uncomfortable position for me to try and speak honestly to them while always keeping you, the seller, your best interests first and foremost in mind. And the buyer also generally knows that. So there can be this sort of dynamic or tension in the relationship of that, hey, I'm the sales guy. They don't necessarily inherently trust my opinions of everything that I'm going to say because, of course, I have biases. But when there's another agent that's in there that doesn't have an agency relationship with you, well, they can have more genuine conversations with potential buyers because they can actually represent those buyers. So that speeds things up, both in terms of getting even more honest feedback from folks. But then if you do have a buyer that comes through and really wants to make an offer right away, well, the agent that's there that's not me can help them write that up in a much more objective way than I can. So that is another real benefit to having other agents who host the open houses. And then I like to keep doing open houses really until the home sells. Now, it might not be every weekend and the hours might vary a little bit here and there, but I really don't see much of a downside to continuing to hold open houses if for nothing else because of those last two reasons that I mentioned. One is the notifications that people get anytime an open house is scheduled, and number two being that anybody who comes through is going to have valuable feedback for me and for the sellers. So I very much believe in open houses, even in 2024. I'd love to know what you think. What have been your open house experiences? Have you had agents tell you that open houses don't make any difference? So let me know what you think in the comments below. Before you go, please do like and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss updates and valuable information like this about buying and selling your home in the Clark County area. Thanks, y'all.